Good evening, everyone. How are we doing? Are we good?
Howdy.
Yeah, good.
Alright, yeah, you?
Yeah, not bad, not bad, not bad. How's DJ?
Oh, I won the lottery. I'm retiring to my own island somewhere in the Caribbean.
Excellent. Nanny, can you kick him for me? And how's Sandy?
I'm okay. And as soon as I sat down here, I hear thunder outside. Yay!
Yeah, we've got thunder on the way up here as well, so it's going to be... Shouldn't be here before the end of the round table, but we'll see what happens.
The world's gonna end.
Yeah, the world's on the pinnacle of ending anyway. It's not the end of the world on that. Cool. How have our weeks been, guys? How are we doing?
We are tired and
Dying.
dying, yes.
Dying, yes. DJ, have you got anything other than dying and tired, or?
No, so it's all good.
Yeah?
I'm
Yeah.
retiring to Caribbean island.
Yeah, I'm buying my own island and moving there.
Nice.
That'll be good.
Touche. Good
Make
point.
sure
Just,
you have internet.
Just got to pop out tomorrow, pick myself up a couple of Lambos and maybe a private jet. And
Well,
yeah,
you know,
so
if
we
you're
good.
going to buy an island, you've got to buy a way to get on and off. You might want to go for a helicopter rather than a jet, though, depending on the size of the island. But there we go.
I have a small aircraft carrier offshore which I can land on.
can do what
Excellent. Is that one of the
can do
ones
what
the
you
Royal
do with
Navy
ours.
sold off recently because they couldn't afford to keep it up and running?
Yeah, it runs on Windows XP, so I've got a bit of an update to do.
Just a bit, yeah. You might be on for a couple of weeks just getting that updated, but never mind. Lovely.
You can do the arc way. You can bring a canoe.
Just bring, yeah, it's a good point. Land in the aircraft carrier, paddle yourself across the island, it'll be fine. That'll always be great. Cool. So, guys, as always, we're going to start off ourselves with Ark. DJ, do you want to take it away with Ark?
Yes, I will do.
It's your baby.
So tomorrow is going to be probably slightly longer maintenance than normal because I mentioned in the dojo earlier, in a most recent update to Arc, some core changes were made to the way the executable is structured. So all the Arc API, which allows us to hook into Arc, has been updated, and as a result of that, existing plugins and functionality won't work on the new API, and all the plugins that have been updated to fix the issues with the old one won't work on the old API. So we've got to do the update. So at the moment, that means we've got updates for dino coloring, tribe logs. And while I'm there on tribe logs, I don't know if you all know, but you can actually have your tribe log sent to your own private Discord. If anyone wants instructions on how to do that, we can supply that in general or somewhere else. And we've also got some information on the site to it. Really helpful to know when you've died or something you're breeding has died or when something is born. Yeah, it basically lets you see your tribe logs offline.
Hey!
So that's kind of useful.
Before you shoot off, DJ, as well, before you continue, rather, guys, if
Yeah.
you've got any questions at all, you can raise your hand at the bottom of the round table to ask them, or you can pop them straight in the general. Either's absolutely fine. Please do continue.
That functionality is available to anybody, I believe.
It is, yeah. Anybody can raise their hand. We can't, because we can only view who has, but yes, everybody else can raise their hand.
I was actually referring to Kay's question about can they see their tribe logs.
Ah.
Let me have a look. No, actually, it's a supporter one only, by the looks of it. Essentially, you have to invite our bot to your Discord, and then you link it to the server, and it spits out all your tribe logs. Only the tribe leader can do that, but is very useful, and there are a few people who have used it. Drazen's raised his hand.
He has. Question for you before I let Drazen in. If you have multiple tribes on multiple maps, do you have to link multiple tribe logs manually, or does it automatically do it itself? We've got the WNG tribe on every map. Do we have to do it 10 times?
I think it's per tribe per map, to be honest.
That's cool. No worries. Right, I'll get Drazen up and you can ask his question. Oh, apparently I won't, because he's disappeared.
Apparently
He's
it's
gonna
doing
ask about
functionality.
cookies.
It was a cookie-related question. No reason you can't have any.
Aw.
Anyways,
Moving on.
moving on. So a whole bunch of plugin updates will happen tomorrow. After we've done the maintenance tomorrow, we will then have an idea of what's still working and what's not. But it's pretty much all the functionality we use. We will have to check and see if it works with the new version of the API. If we don't do the update, then we're just opening ourselves up for server crashes and stuff. So it's kind of a must do and then see what happens. We have got the new S Plus propagator will be going live on the next restart. The propagator allows you to breed your dinosaurs in their soul traps. It's available before the mutator. It's not on an unlock. But because it's available like that, it costs Federation shards to power. Within the propagator as well, you will also be able to apply your mutations. So works very similar to the mutator. You can apply up to 2 stacks of mutation buff, which will give you a total of 4 levels in total. And you can also do your sex changes in there as well if you need to. Again, each piece of functionality you use costs Federation shards to apply to that. They breed inside the propagator and they pop out as eggs at the end of it. The eggs can then be moved over to the incubator, which I believe I put live last week, and then you can carry on with auto incubation as well. Any questions on the propagator? You'll see when it gets into the game. Have a little play with it. Oh, Bob is typing. Bob is still typing. That's the thing. No, nothing to do with the roundtable. So the propagator is going to be pretty cool. And we've also got. We thought this would be a contentious one, but it seems to be overwhelmingly voted for. So we're giving you the 1 week's notice on friendly fire on the Arc server. Next Wednesday, friendly fire will be a thing. Friendly fire does not mean that you can chomp your tribe mates with your dinos accidentally. It means you can shoot your tribe mates, lock them up, and do all sorts of wonderful things to them, but dinos will not kill your tribe mates. Except with a few exceptions. I think wyverns with their fire and poison and lightning, bigotry. So that's up to you. Question from Jealous. Will this affect OSD and element veins? I have no idea. We'll find out. Well, it's the thing is, it's been voted for overwhelmingly, so I'm assuming our player base has considered all the pros and cons of turning on friendly fire and has decided that it's worth it. If the vote swings before next week back to the other way, then we won't turn it on. But yeah, that is pretty much it for Arc. Oh, and one more piece of exciting news. I finished configuring the doc server. That's just waiting on its plugins and API setup, which we're doing tomorrow morning. And then I will want some volunteers for Dino Overhaul X to try it out. Recommended groups of 2 to 3 players. Solo play will lead to more pain than is necessary. We've configured it for the medium settings. I will share a mod list, which is very little. And yeah, so ideally a group of 2 or 3 players to give it a whirl. And I would also love some awesome screenshots of the bosses that are included in this. It's a big progression pack. I'll also pop up some links of how the progression works and kind of what's expected of it. Pop it all in the dojo kind of thing. Bob has said, what level is needed for transmutate? 160, I believe, or 165 off the top of my head. if you search in your engram list for the word transmutator, it'll. What date did you say for docs? Well, the server will be coming up after maintenance tomorrow, and I need a group of 2 or 3 people who want to play on that server exclusively for a week to make sure that things are balanced and expected. That's pretty much it for Arc.
Excellent.
Will that server be wiped? Yes, the bosses on the server will wipe you. They will eat you. They will destroy your bases, and they will generally be mean and nasty until you get large, big bosses of your own. In which case, you can beat them up.
Okay, basically the same as the Arc server. It'll get wiped before it goes officially live, and then it won't be wiped unless it's absolutely necessary after that. So we're not looking at like a monthly thing on docs or anything like that.
But from what I understand, the stuff in docs is pretty hostile, so there's a good chance the wiping is unnecessary.
Yes, you'll get wiped many, many times, but the server probably won't. Excellent, brilliant. Thanks very much for that, DJ. I've put an announcement live, guys, with all of the extra changes and details and stuff for Arc as well, so that's an announcement. Now, if you want to check that out at the end of the roundtable, that's all there for you. Brilliant. On to 7 Days to Die. Season 4 continues, guys, pretty well. We've had an update to the leaderboard this morning, I believe, from DJ. Thank you very much for that. Grey Fox is currently in the lead, overtaking Mr. Carroll by quite a way, to be honest with you, with 12,500 kills. Carroll in second with 9,222. I've got a feeling that might be by design. If not, he's very lucky. And then Murdoch's in third place with 6,615 kills to his name as well. Well done, guys, on that so very much.
I felt a lot of effort must have gone in there to turn around the top 3 positions in such a short space of time.
Without a shadow of a doubt, yeah.
Well done.
Mr. Carroll's not been playing very much, but he had a hell of a lead. So well done there to Grey Fox on that one. That was shadow of a doubt. That's quite an achievement. Lovely. On to season 5 of 7 Days to Die now. We have some big changes coming up for that. There'll be some leaks coming in the next few days with regards to things like prefab buildings, and some of the new mechanics we'll be adding into that for our supporters as well. So keep an eye on the Dojo and Showcase channels for those. Thanks for dropping that link there, DJ. For those of you who didn't know, we just dropped the leaderboard for season 4 in general. Yeah. We have added the Dojo channel to every game, but specifically at the moment to 7 Days to Die. Please give us your feedback. We need it to make the server the best that we can for all of you. If you don't tell us what you want, we can't change it to make it better for everyone. So please let us know any feedback you've got, and of course we'll let you know and let you discuss planned changes ahead of time, which is awesome. Great. Darkness Falls is ready to be deployed. It is horrific, it's terrifying, and it wants to eat your brains. Born in the heatwave of 2021, which, as we all know, has been horrific here in the UK. If you're not in the UK, just imagine the hottest day you've ever had. Tone it down by about 10 degrees and make it worse. The server is... The server is chomping at what's left of its sun-dried flesh to be loose. So steel yourselves, bring your friends. It's going to be a bloodbath. And we'd like to ask you all to please keep an eye on stealth. We're worried about him on this one. Help a brother out. You know, he's not very good at the game, but he loves it and he tries, bless him. So, yeah, definitely help him out when you can. Well, you know, it's Darkness Falls, mate. It's docs for 7 days. It's absolutely vicious. Yeah. Has anybody got any 7 days related questions or anything? I know we haven't got much in the way of changes at the moment, but has anybody got any?
We started some conversation in the dojo earlier about 7 days PvP, where we go next with the current competitive server. So input on that, the dojo for 7 days. Have a look in there, guys. give us some feedback on that. We're really interested to see what thoughts you have about the direction we take that. I think the general consensus at the moment, correct me if I'm wrong, Nani, is with 7 days PvE is Darkness Falls, and then we would look to focus on a PvP environment for our other server.
I would certainly like to see the season server go PvP. I think it will lead to a lot more competitiveness, and when certain people start to get ahead, then players can do something about that more than they can already. So I think that's going to be a good call.
Yeah, I kind of like that idea actually. When you have a competitive server, then you can, and you're scoring people, and then you can actually do something about your position rather than just being forced to like grind out a bunch of zombies. And it's like, oh shit, that guy's getting away from us. I know, I'm going to talk to Bob over here, and let's go raid him. That'll slow him down.
I know we'd said that season 5 was going to remain PvE.
Yeah.
To allow people to get their heads around the change. But I'd also like to keep an eye on who's still playing Classic and who moves over to Darkness, so we don't exclude a load of people. But I think it's going to be a case of just measuring it as it comes and see where we go with it.
Yeah, my thoughts on that one are most of our current audience would probably move, and again, discuss this in Dojo, everyone. But I think most of our PvE audience will probably move over to Darkness. It provides a bit of a progression. It provides a bit of a new experience. It provides a bit of a story, a longer term, longer playing experience, more challenge, still opportunities to work together or go solo, and then that'll leave us with kind of an empty competition server, which we then retool and kind of represent as a PvP environment.
Yeah, I think that's the general idea. Obviously, you guys let us know what you think of that, and we'll go from there. Slick, give me 1 second. Kay asked a question in general. It's dropping 7 PM tomorrow, Kay. I know I told you, but I'm telling everybody else. Slick, we'll get you up to ask your question.
Hello.
Hello, Slick Rick. How are you?
Hello.
Hi,
Good
I'm well. How are y'all?
Good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good. So y'all are talking about changing the world to like Darkness Falls or whatever?
So
We're
for 7
adding the Darkness
days,
Falls.
yeah, we're going to
Yeah.
add a second server. So we're going to keep the competitive, slightly modded, standard 7 days server. We're also adding for the supporters that we've got a Darkness Falls server, and we're going to run the two simultaneously. So we're not losing out or anything. We're just adding an extra thing on the side there as well.
All right. And then is it gonna be I don't know if I'm using the right vocabulary on this one, like server hosted, or do you have to download the mod on your own
You
system?
do have to download the mod to play the Darkness Falls server. Yeah, that one's a client side mod.
Okay.
All the ones on the regular server, the competitor server we've got, are specifically chosen because they're server side and you don't have to download them. We do, however, have a guide and an installer you guys can use if you do want to play on Darkness Falls. So
Okay,
we make
you
it
said
as
that's
easy
like
as possible.
Yeah, you said that's like supporters only or whatever?
So yeah, it's you do have to be a supporter to access the Darkness Falls server. It's one of the perks of being our supporters at the minute.
Okay. Is that like a membership subscription or something? or-
Yeah, do you want me to drop you the link to the?
Yeah, I just recently found out about y'all like last week. I don't really know who you are or what you do.
That's
I just
cool.
thought it'd be fun.
Yeah, no, it's no
Welcome
worries, man.
then.
Welcome, yeah, definitely. I'll drop you the quick link for that for you now. You can have a look at it. Everybody else can as well. And then if you do want to support us and play as full as you can, and if you don't, then no hard feelings. It's absolutely fine.
Where are you dropping it?
Just
I'm
in general.
the right spot. Okay, general. Got it. Thanks.
You are, no worries. Cool. Was there anything else while we're here?
I think that's all. I like
Brilliant.
what y'all are doing.
No, no worries, man. I'll drag you back down and we'll move on to Minecraft. Thanks very much for popping in.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers, man.
Thank you. Ranks are actually pretty cheap, by the way. The lowest rank is like what, £3, something like that. It's the price for coffee.
Yeah, it's £4. It's about
keep them pretty
$5.
reasonable.
Yeah.
So Minecraft. Okay, and a word we've heard multiple times again today. The dojo also coming to the Minecraft. Call to arms time, Minecrafters. There's going to be some topics of conversation going into the Minecraft dojo over the next few days, and we'd like some feedback on that. Lots and lots of stuff coming up. Way more to mention here. We'll cover those next week probably as we've hit them. We're continuing enjoying a smooth experience. At this point, I think we are, compared to E2, we're going to call this a big win. We're going to continue to develop onto the now stable foundation we seem to have with the two SevTech servers. We're very, very pleased with how the community has handled themselves this time around, and how everybody has got like a great community sort of spirit together. Everybody's been asking questions, everybody's been helping out. It's been absolutely a pleasure to host all of you, so good jobs for that. We've got some bugs that we came across this week with Minecraft. I think most of them are fixed now. There's an issue with rockets. These are the travel to the moon kind of rockets, not the ones you fire from rocket launchers at people. You're going to have to be careful not to press shift or any other key that would usually exit a vehicle while you're in the landing sequence. From what I've been told, you should get a shaking animation and you should wait for final touchdown before you get out. If you exit early, you risk the chance of your balloon being unbreakable or unaccessible and losing your rocket. If it does happen, log it in support for me and we'll try and get that back to you. But stopping things in the first place rather than actually causing them is probably the best bet, so just be careful with the shift key and anything that might exit you out of a rocket. Also to do with planets, we've fixed an issue that means you can't break blocks on other planets, and was causing massive issues with the space stations and the balloons and accessing rockets and fuel and stuff like that. So that's all been sorted out. So just keep your eyes peeled on the dojo for Minecraft, and lots of feedback. Back to you, Tom.
Lovely, thanks for that. Did we finally have a problem with Minecraft?
Yeah, but it got fixed.
Eventually, we've had a problem with Minecraft, and it's all fixed. It's brilliant.
We're doing good with this.
Well,
Yeah, it's
you
going really nice.
sound so happy about the problem.
Because we hadn't had one yet, we were waiting for the other foot to drop. It was kind of like hanging over us. Now that we've had one, it's like, that's out the way, it's cool, we can move on. It's brilliant. Lovely. Great, on to something you guys will probably have all been waiting for. Rust. We have been finally managing to get around to stop putting out fires and start working on Rust. So we've resumed work on that this week. Nani is developing it again, joined by DJ and myself, Ifander, when I get 5 minutes to hop on and give him a bit of a hand. Most of the way there from the technical standpoint. Still sorting out all of the back end stuff, the documentation, the plugins, all of the things the extra things we want to do to make it the WNG server different from every other server. We're working how we're going to handle wipes. For those of you who don't know, in Rust, the game itself automatically wipes everything on the server on the first Thursday of every month. We have no control over that. It is how the game is designed to be played, and it's enforced with server updates, so we physically can't stop that. So anybody who wants to complain about it being a monthly wipe when it does come out, not our fault. Don't ask us. We also now have a dojo in the Rust channel. If you guys want access to the Rust channels on the server, give us a shout. We'll hand those over to you. That's no problem at all. You can have a chat in the dojo, and we can, run some ideas past people who are interested in Rust, and we can go from there. If you are interested in testing out the server, do let us know. It will be a PvP server. It's going to be our first PvP only game, so keep that in mind. And I think, Nani, have we got much stuff on the technical standpoint?
Feedback I want from Rust. Again, we're going to go in the dojo, and anyone who's interested in playing, please feedback on this. I've noticed with other servers, there are two kinds of wipe schedule out there. So, as Tom touched on, Facepunch, who make Rust, they release a small content patch, and I think it's the first Thursday of every month they do that. Once that happens, they enforce a server wipe. So once a month, you're going to get a complete wipe, all player data, all blueprints. Blueprints in Rust are collected via using scrap. You collect scrap from around the world, you can trade scrap in, and you buy yourself new improved weapons, skills, points, etc. in the form of blueprints.
They're like engrams in Ark, basically, aren't they?
Kind of, yeah. So the other way I've seen people do this, and it seems quite popular, is people wipe twice a month. So you have a 2-week start to the server. During that time, I'm guessing you will have like a gathering PvE type base. Although PvP will be on, I'm guessing what they do is in the first 2 weeks they spend a lot of time farming things, getting the blueprints they want. They wipe it 2 weeks, and then the second half of the month, coming up to the full enforced wipe, they have their blueprints left. They wipe everything apart from the blueprints, and I'm guessing the second week is like a build your PvP base, nuke each other to the ground towards the end. So I'd like some feedback on what people would like to see if anybody is interested in playing Rust from our cluster. So let me know. 2 weeks, a month. How are we thinking? Other than that, I'm pretty good.
Brilliant, fantastic. So yeah, guys, if you're interested in Rust, if you're excited by Rust, let us know. We'll get you guys sorted so you can get on the server, you can get in the dojo, and you can start giving us some feedback on things that you've seen, things that you want, things that you don't want, all that kind of stuff. Unfortunately, not getting killed by the players is something that we're sticking to. You will have that whether you like it or not, so that's fine. You'll just have to get good. Lovely. Did we mention the dojos? I can't. Yeah, no. Okay, we've got more of those. There are lots and lots of dojos now. We will be ramming this down your throat for the next 6 or so weeks. We now have a dojo for every single game. We noticed. Go on.
It's going to drive me crackers because I'm so used to just clicking on the one in the town hall and typing.
Yes.
We should pick the game.
We should keep the one in the town hall as well and have a general WNG one just to annoy DJ. It'd be great fun.
Oh god, no! I've already moved it to the ARC channel.
Oh, that's good. I wondered why I couldn't see it. That's brilliant.
Which I think is going to be confusing for people, but
I think in the short term, yes, but I think in the long term, it's going to reap so many benefits for us because the number of things I've seen from Minecraft and from 7 Days that just get wiped away by the guys talking about ARC is just insane. Don't get me wrong, ARC guys. We want your feedback and we love it, but there's that many of you that we keep losing things. So you're getting your own dojo.
This was the problem initially, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Some of our communities are quite small and building, and they're getting completely drowned out by the bigger voices.
Yeah.
So,
I think
that's going to get worse probably as we get bigger as well.
Well, no, because we've got the separate dojos now, so it's not too bad.
I think we should also do a screenshot competition for Docs and Darkness Falls.
Yes, without a doubt. That is on the cards for when they both, for kind of a week or so after they both go live. That's on the way. It's in the works.
I think there's some really cool opportunities there to get your stuff out to the communities and get the community managers recognising some of the great stuff that you guys build on our servers. I don't think we see enough of it, to be honest. Obviously, we have a showcase channels, but I've been flying around some of the maps and stuff like that and looking at the cool stuff that people are building, and it surprises me every time. I think we've got a flying saucer somewhere on Genesis 2, which just looks really cool. And nobody else has probably ever seen the thing. So I want to see more pictures of the stuff that people are building and killing and just generally doing. I even think we had a Domination Rex kill this week. So any pictures of that? Love to see them.
Yeah, people telling us who did it would be great as well.
Jealous.
Jealous. Ah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I
Well
know
done,
he did
Jealous.
it because he got a really nice Dummy Rex saddle.
Oh,
and
brilliant.
he got his level 666 zombie dodo and his level 1337 jaboba.
Excellent. That's good to know. Brilliant. Well, we'll have to get that. We'll have to get that out there.
Hi, Fred.
Freddy disagrees, but never mind. There we go. Cool. Yes, guys. We also have coming up. Stealth is going to be doing a live stream tour of a couple of games with our servers, doing a MTV crib style thing for bases. So if there's anybody that you would like to nominate for that, you can nominate yourself or you can nominate somebody else. Let us know. Just let us know either in general or in a dojo showcase, anything like that. Let us know where the base is. Let us know who it belongs to if you can. If you can't, it's not a problem. And we'll have a look around and see if it's something that we can pop on the stream when we do an MTV Cribs for Ark or 7 Days Minecraft, maybe even Rust one day. You never know. Cool. Lovely. Have we got any questions before we finish, guys? Have we got anything we want to add from the ninjas up top? Yep. Cool. No questions, no additions. Brilliant. Well, in that case, guys, you have a wonderful week. The recording will be on SoundCloud if you missed anything. It's also going up on YouTube over the next couple of weeks, so keep an eye on that. And we'll catch you later on. Have a great week.
Have a good week.
Thank you very much. Enjoy.
Bye.